I really like that song. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching New Talk, a budget review. And we were talking just now about the budget and how people's response to the budget needs to be, I suppose you could say, more measured, yeah? How we understand and take perspective of the entire situation at large. And interestingly enough, Conrad Enel, former finance minister, was on Breaking Dawn this morning right here at STV. And when asked whether or not the current budget would make Trinbagonians more disciplined as a people, his answer was yes. I didn't say that this morning. I disagree, right? I don't think, and this goes song bad all you allow me, right? But I don't think Trinbagonians have a culture of being disciplined. I think that assessment from, was that Price Waterhouse or...
This one I have is from Price Waterhouse.
Right, and Price Waterhouse kind of says it perfectly, is that they can make an assessment based on the knee-jerk reactions. Yeah, and that's how we respond oftentimes to changes in our economic landscape. It's very, very imprecise, but it's also very knee-jerk. It's very, oh my God, a tiger is jumping out of the bushes, right? As opposed to a real kind of understanding. It happened to NAR, right? When they won... I'm not that old. I can't remember the year. But essentially, when
86 to 91, I think.
Yeah, thanks so much. And they worked really, really hard to try to figure out how to build a budget that puts as much money back. Yeah, to try to put as much money back into the nation as possible for its development and growth. We were still very, very young as a nation. Needed to solve a lot of economic and infrastructural problems. The state wasn't having, people wasn't having it. Yeah, we don't want to sacrifice for the sake of our nation. Even no matter what price a barrel of oil is, we're not going to sacrifice.
If you look around, I mean, you walk outside, you're traveling to Port of Spain or whatever, wherever you're coming from, you look around, the amount of indiscipline that you see. All right, indiscipline, I hate to say it, I don't like having to say it, but it sort of characterizes who we are, and as Trinis, we are proud of it.
Exactly.
We are proud that we are an indisciplined people, and I mean, I think I understand where Mr. Enel is coming from.
Right.
In the sense that
I'm hopeful like
it is, you see, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden in 6 months, a year, 5 years, and we will be saints, you know. What it means is that we are going to start to get accustomed to hearing things like reduction in fuel subsidy. Because, as I said before, and we all agreed, that is something that they have been discussing all of a sudden ad nauseum, especially over the last year and a half. That was a topic that they had been discussing and discussing and discussing, and they were talking about the figure, and at one point in time it sounded as though maybe somebody was thinking that you could just pull this whole rug out in one shot. But I think what they're doing is they're giving us a little taste, and then gradually some of these things have to be weaned off, because even some of these social programs and so on, right? Some of those programs really, they are unproductive, and there are other more productive ways to do those things. And we have to start.
So I'm going to ask you to your face then. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you to your face then. Are you saying that we should get rid of some of those social programs completely?
What we have to do is we have to transition those programs so that they become productive. Okay. It doesn't mean that you have to send home the people and make them destitute and what have you. What you have to do is that you have to find some creative ways to get more productivity out of the programs. That's one. And secondly, you create a society and an economic system where people end up not having to go to those programs in the first place. So everybody is more self-sufficient, more independent, self-reliant, and don't get me wrong too, there are a lot of people who don't really like the idea that they have to turn to a social program for assistance. Most people by nature want to aspire to do well on their own, you know.
Right.
And what we have to do is we have to create a situation.
I mean, within the last maybe 10 years or so, we have a lot of people out here just saying, okay, I'm going to sign up for HDC house, knowing that they already have the income, but they're going to try the luck and see if they get
because
one
the housing
anyway.
market has been murder.
Yeah, but we're also talking about individuals who've tried to
But
give
not
the
only
system.
that too, you're also talking about a situation where governments, including the last one,
Right.
which I maintain my right to say because I had to put them there, right? No, I was Mrs. B. Sessions communication specialist in opposition,
Okay.
right? I used to write all the speeches, right? So that's why I feel I have a special right to say my disappointment in that. Because when we were talking, when I worked with her from 2006 onwards, the talk we were talking is that we have to get people out of dependency, not that we have to push them more into it and encourage more people into that. That's why the last, in my view, and I am sorry I'm married to this idea, that in the last 5 years we were supposed to be finding and focusing on ways to get people to break some of these bad habits and to create opportunities for people to be more independent and less dependent on the government. And that's my real bone now.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Mr. Rowley said that. You have to stop from the eater food mentality.
Right.
Within the last 5 years, I think...
I think it's gotten worse in the
Yeah,
last
it's
5
got-
years.
it's
Mr. Warner talked at one point in time, I think during Shagona's West by-election, our local government election, he talked about everybody, more or less, their aspiration now is to be a box drain contractor. And you are, no,
But, I
you
mean, I can get that. I get that.
There is oh my, I saw something on TV that was playing, I can't remember if it was on Parliament Channel or where, I think it was on Parliament Channel where they were doing one of those little segments. And one of the guys they interviewed, right, he was saying, you know, he wish he could have got a contract.
Right.
Because what they have done is they have glorified a certain kind of lifestyle. They have glorified that, and everybody else who has been aspiring and struggling and trying to do the other thing, which is the right thing, you know, have been getting the short end of the stick. So then everybody just get fed up and say, well, here what's going on. You know what? Let me start to do the other thing because I working hard, me ain't going away, and these other people just relaxing and they moving up and building big house. So here what? And the whole country, well, 90% or 75% say, let me go that way.
Okay.
And they spoil the country.
It's true.
Right.
And now we had to fix it, especially, I mean, the younger ones especially. That's the task that they set you all, or burden you all.
Right. Burden is a correct word.
Yeah.
I wanna challenge all three of you all to think about something that I've been trying to wrap my head around for the longest while. In the manifesto, in the People's National Movement manifesto, and to some degree mentioned during the budget speech yesterday, was the concept of free nationwide broadband.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I
Now, I have some mixed views about that. As a young person, I love it. Yeah? I don't mind. A little free Wi-Fi, I can stop
I
paying
don't
that
agree
flow
with it.
bill.
I think it's
But-
just
I
wasted
think it's
money.
a waste of time,
We
honestly
already
speaking,
have
as
like
a
so
young
many
person.
hotspots everywhere that
Yeah,
are
it's
sponsored
true.
by corporate sponsors.
Right.
Why are we?
I don't agree with it at all.
You think it's a distraction, you said?
What do you do
Okay.
with your data plan or while you have free time at home? Anytime you have internet, what do you do? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
Exactly.
Snapchat.
Yeah, but I mean, as a young person, now my background is really in activism, right?
They are rebel.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. So, and that means a lot of things to me. I think,
Right.
I think in the last 5 years, even folks, it's kind of disingenuous now to say that all that happens on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr is people scrolling and wasting their time.
No,
That's
I
a
agree
lot
with
of
that.
folks. That's a lot of
But
folks.
like
But-
90%
I
of
have
the
used
time,
a friend
that's
on
what's going
Facebook, so
on.
I know that's not true.
Yeah,
I know that's not
but
true.
also even that process, even that process is a potentially accidentally educational process, right? That we actually kind of want to give people
It's a
access to.
possibility of it. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it depends on who your network is. Like
Exactly.
our network
Exactly.
are people like us who are active and within the political realm and what's happening in the country. A lot of people in the country, they aren't. They are about memes and funny videos and vines.
It's true.
yeah, but I
It's
mean,
true.
even memes,
So you,
and this is
you have
my
education just circulating in the same little.
here's why I don't trust
That's
the
like a TV show, you know.
Here's why I don't trust the
commercials
memes
in
argument
between.
though. Here's why I don't trust the memes argument though. And I told folks this from the very beginning of the election, is that in a lot of ways, the 2015 general election is going to be decided by memes. Yeah?
Well, it was
And
used a
no,
lot,
and the images cross your mind instantly, Elia,
I agree.
of how individuals have begun to communicate, to gain a vocabulary based essentially on their access to the World Wide Web. And I can't quantify it or qualify it. I don't have a degree in information technology, but there's something there that we want to give young people access to indiscriminately.
I used to be a journalist, right? So I spent about 15 years. I spent about 15 years in the media, print, broadcast, and both radio and TV.
Right.
I'm the youngest person to ever produce Panorama News, right?
Wow.
And I was the head of news at Gaia for a period of time, right? So, so let me tell you something. When you're writing newspaper stories, we were encouraged not to get too long because the attention span of a reader is only so much, right?
Words.
Then when you get into TV and radio, you needed to keep your song bites very short, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, if at all, and a package for a news story, what they call a package, where they announce the reporter is reading and you get the sound bites in between and so on with pictures over it. Supposed to be a minute and a half. If you're lucky and you beg real hard and you could justify it, a story would go 2 minutes. Very rarely, anything going to 2 minutes and a half is a feature. So therefore, look at how compact information had to be. And now they are saying that because of the social networking aspect, the internet aspect of sharing news and people getting news, you have to be able to make your point in a couple seconds.
Right.
Right? Because people are scrolling through and they're looking at headlines, and if a couple lines catch them, and then basically they don't even read the whole story.
Right.
So that you're right in the sense that having more people are online and they use it a lot, you will be surprised how much information you get. Take an average day, use your social media, and then look at the news in the analysis of what you lose.
We know that they're going to get the same things from the memes, etc.
Right.
But is the things on the interim you're just there? For example, a lot of young people at work, when they have nothing to do, OJT work.
No, but at that point, don't take supervision. To supervision.
Right.
What is your supervisor doing unless he is also
scrolling
on Facebook?
I want to come back to this. I think this is actually really important. But we need to take a break. So ladies and gentlemen, you're still staying tuned to New Talk, a budget review. Stay tuned. We're coming right back after the break to talk more budget, more money. Stay tuned.